Animal Crossing City Folk was released for the Wii in 2008 and was very well received from the public. It quickly became the 8th best-selling game of Japan in 2009, selling 3.38 million copies worldwide. It won IGN Wii Award for Best Simulation Game and was developed by Nintendo and composed by Kazumi Totaki. Animal Crossing City Folk is an amazing game. It may not compare to newer Animal Crossing games like New Horizons, but it has something to its advantage: nostalgia. I remember 8-year-old me just plucking those beautiful gyroids out of the ground. The reason I loved the game so much as a kid is because to 8-year-old me, someone who's only experienced PBS games on the computer and Wii games like LEGO Star Wars and Tron, Animal Crossing seemed almost like a sandbox game. Sandbox games were something that back then I had never heard of, and Animal Crossing gave me the freedom to do almost anything I wanted, and there was always the storyline to fall back on if I got bored. The fact that you could plant money in the ground and grow a tree just amazed me. There were so many things you could do. I loved that if you shook a tree, a little piano could fall out of the tree in the form of a leaf, and if you shook the wrong tree, you could anger some bees. One of my favorite parts of the game was Christmas. It would get all snowy, there would be Christmas trees, and reindeer would come and give you presents, if you could find them wandering around town. If you dressed up your player differently every time you went to him, he would give you more presents. That was just so wacky to me. To this day, sandbox games has still maintained to be my favorite type of video game. If it wasn't for Animal Crossing, I wouldn't have been introduced to sandbox games so early. Animal Crossing New Horizons has further expanded the sandbox part of the game, making it so you can customize your terrain of your own town and hop over rivers with poles and a lot more. Another thing I love about this game is that they don't tell us much about it. We aren't given a handbook or a tutorial telling us about the town or townsfolk. We have to learn it on our own through talking to the townspeople. The people who live in the town seem almost real. They have somewhat realistic conversations and traits. They also move in and out of town, which can be quite sad. You learn about this duck named Drake, and he just up and moves, like what the heck. I enjoyed his peaceful quacks. The design of the characters are also a strong point of the game. The character will dress based on the traits they have. And then there's Tom Nook. Oh, how much I loathe Tom Nook. Now let me just say, I don't hate him because he was designed badly or Nintendo did a bad job making him. No, I hate him because Animal Crossing designed him to be hated. He basically blackmails you and gets you into hundreds of thousands of dollars into debt. You basically start the game on a bus and then arrive at the city, and Tom Nook immediately slides into your DMs. He can smell you the moment you get off that bus. He tells you to tell him what house in town you like and then immediately makes you buy it, and blackmails you into working a crappy 9-to-5 job as a landscaper and delivery man. He makes you deliver a whole couch by yourself with no form of transportation besides your own stubby 2 legs. And what do you get in return? A few bucks off your crippling debt and an old moth-eaten rug from the customer who says they were being nice, but in reality wanted to throw that rug out years ago but was too lazy. And when you finally pay off your debt by shaking trees and collecting fruit, he's like, JK, now you have more debt now, because instead of being out of crippling debt, I sensed you actually wanted a basement full of roaches and spiders that cost 500,000 coins, which is the equivalent cost to buying a rug at Gracie Grace. I love Animal Crossing, and it has a special place in my heart. The nostalgia, the soothing music, and the peaceful gameplay come together to form one of my favorite games. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, hit the subscribe button. Merry Christmas, and have a good holiday. Jingle bells, 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 piano in the bell, 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 jingle bell, bell, bell.